Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to all our 12th Monarchs out there in Monarch Nation on a very special addition to our press conference today. We have our 4 captains up here with us to join us. They'll take a question after. We're very excited to have some honored guests with us today that are over attacking the buffet right now in good fashion, of which the captains will be attacking the buffet shortly as well. But we're really excited today to talk about what has been a whirlwind past 7 days from the captain's historic announcement last Monday about our bowl destination, the excitement for everyone in our organization with the announcement of where we're going, playing in postseason. The coaches and myself, we've been out recruiting the past week. A number of the coaches actually missed the announcement last Monday because of being on the road. Some of our players missed the announcement. They were in class. So it has been a really exciting time. Personally, I got the opportunity to visit Nassau and Atlantis on a site tour and a press conference last Thursday and Friday. And as I've shared with our captains, and we shared in our team meeting yesterday what they have to look forward to, how exciting this is going to be with them. Was really pleased to get to spend some time with Chris Creighton, the head coach at Eastern Michigan. It's really easy to see why they've had the success that they've enjoyed this year. And then returning yesterday for a great practice. Our players had 10 days from our last practice before the Florida International game, and they were excited to get out yesterday and practice. And I thought Rashad Cowart said it best when he said to me that this is the first time since he's been here the players have been able to practice in December. So you wouldn't always equate excitement with practice. There was a lot of excitement out there yesterday for our players. Over the course of the next 18 days as we prepare for this game, we're scheduled to practice 13 times. The majority of what we do will be involving our game plan as we prepare for Eastern Michigan. But also, one of the really exciting things that happens when you go to a bowl game is within those 13 practices now, you can take a lot of your players that are redshirting or don't necessarily get a lot of work in the games, and you get great practice time for them. And what I mean by that, starting last Sunday, we had segments within the practice where it was just about the younger players getting to run Old Dominion's offense, getting to run Old Dominion's defense, where normally in practice they're running what we call the scout team. They're working as the opponent we're playing that week. So the development for the younger players will be critical over the next 18 days as part of a huge recruiting weekend we have this weekend. I'm excited for our players. They'll be announced early in the VCU game and get to go out on the court and be acknowledged from what we know will be a sellout crowd. Let me restate that, the Old Dominion basketball game, not the VCU game. We're excited for that one this weekend. As everybody knows, anytime Old Dominion and VCU get together, that's a special occasion. So it's something we've done in the past where the players have been honored back in 11 and 12 when we were going to the playoffs. And I'm really excited for our guys to get a chance to get out and see the fans, and for the fans to see them without a helmet on and get to see these guys in person. We've got our last week of classes this week. We've got finals next week. So it's a really busy time, but a very exciting time for our players. And at this time, Eric Bohannon, our sports information director, has some questions that he's going to present to the captains, and you'll get to hear from them. Take it away, Eric.
Good afternoon, everybody. First question is for TJ Ricks. TJ, what has the reaction been like from your teammates since the announcement of playing in the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl?
Good afternoon, everyone. The reaction from the players have been great. They're all excited to go. When Coach Wilder pulled us into his office and told us we were announcing where we were going, we all had an excited look on our face. We all looked like kids in the candy store. Yeah, everybody's been excited. But Coach Wilder has been telling us to go 1-0 in the classroom, so we want everybody to be able to make this trip and not miss out on this opportunity. Thank you.
Rashad, what is it like to be a part of the first ODU football team to go to a bowl game?
Well, it just gave us an extra month pretty much to stay together as a group. You know, seniors last game, and we just want to embrace the moment now. So it's a great feeling to practice in December, and just the energy in practice is just ridiculous. And I'm just thankful. Thank you.
Question for Zach Pascal. Zach, how do you and your teammates feel about playing in the only bowl game outside of the United States this year?
Good afternoon. The feeling is very exciting. You know, a lot of guys on this team have different backgrounds. A lot of guys are not able to, travel and, have a lot of sightseeing and things like that, including myself. I've never been outside of, the United States. And to be able to, have this reward, with the accomplishments of our team and, our goals, to be able to travel to the Bahamas, and enjoy this is very exciting. And we are very excited. Thank you.
For David Washington. David, only 16 teams out of 129 FBS teams this year have 10 wins. What would 10 wins mean for you and your teammates?
Well, how's everybody doing? Not just for me and my teammates this year, but for the program as a whole, it'll mean a whole lot because, it's us getting back to winning ways like when I first got here. We've had a couple of off years where we weren't as good or our record wasn't as good. And but for this team this year, it means so much because of all the hard work that we went through in the off season and everything. It's great. And then to be one of only 16 teams to have 10 wins, that just shows a lot. It shows that we've grown a lot and that we've we've just been working hard. Thank you.
How about a big round of applause for the four captains? Three words I know you guys love to hear me say. Time to eat. Good job, guys. Enjoy. You deserve it. You've earned it. Really good job. Now, we got room for them to sit over there, right, Mayor?
Absolutely, Coach.
Take care of them.
We got them.
Appreciate it.
We left a little bit of food.
That's you being a good guy. All right, back to business here. Here we go. Talking about Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan is 7-5 at this time. We have a history with Eastern Michigan, which doesn't always happen in bowl games when you play teams from different conferences. We had a really good game with them here at Old Dominion in 2014. We got a late punt return touchdown from Antonio Vaughn to win 17-3 in that game. And then we opened the 2015 season at Eastern Michigan, a game that we trailed 34-31 with a couple minutes to go in the game. Ray Lowry hit a long touchdown run to put us up 38-34, and then our defense had to stop them in a late drive. Tim Ward, a true freshman playing in that game, tipped a pass to himself and intercepted the ball. So we've clearly had two very exciting games against Eastern Michigan, and I can say this team is a much improved football team over the team we played the previous 2 years. Chris Creighton, their head coach, has done an outstanding job. This was his third year in the program. And when you think about last year, we beat them closely. The next week, they went out and beat Wyoming at Wyoming, and then they lost their last 10 games to end up 1-11. And from talking to Chris, meeting him down there, it was easy to understand why, what they did in the offseason, how their players worked. They were coming off a 1-11 season, and they set a goal this year to go to a bowl game. And it's a lot of credit to their senior leadership, their coaching staff. When you look at their accomplishments this year, they beat a Wyoming team again for the second straight year that won the Mountain Division of the Mountain West Conference. They beat an Ohio team that won the East Division of the MAC. So those are two very quality wins for their program. Offensively, they average over 30 points a game. They're very explosive in the pass game. They throw for 295 yards per game. Defensively, they allow 30 points a game, but they've created a tremendous amount of havoc plays, which are turnovers, sacks, tackles for losses. They've made big plays at opportune times late in games. They've done an excellent job in close football games. The special teams are very good. Their kickers made 17 of 22 field goals. Their punter averages almost 44 yards per punt. So they've been able to gain field position in special teams, which always goes back to how you win close games. You need to have success in special teams, which they have done. We know and we understand that this will be a major challenge for us. As the captains mentioned, the goal this week is to have success in practice, but we want to know versus the classroom in our last regular season schedule class game, and then our playoff classes are next week during finals week, which we need to be 1-0 next week as well. We'll spend the majority of our time preparing for finals, and then like we've always done, we'll practice and meet in the morning before they have classes. We've got a lot of extra work going on with our guys right now. They're committed to trying to be Dean's List students this semester. So we'll do a good job balancing what we need to accomplish academically and then what we need to accomplish on the football field. And I think TJ had a great comment when he talked about kids in the candy store. I think that one is right head on. Rashad made a really good point talking about how much it means to the players, this group, to be able to spend another month together. As I was talking to him towards the end of the season, this is such a special year and such a special group of players that the more time they get together before we send those 14 seniors out into be future leaders of our country, it's critical the time they get together. Zach made a really good point about the travel. You know, the majority of our players have never been out of the country. The majority of the people in the world don't get to go to a top 5 resort area, and how much that means to all of us. You know, last week was my first time ever being in Atlantis, and to be able to share that experience with the players yesterday in this room when we put the pictures up on the overhead screen and they got to see what it actually looks like and what they're going to see. That was pretty special. And to David's point, talking about what the possibility of 10 wins could mean to the future of Old Dominion football, I think those 4 guys said it absolutely perfectly. And as I've been all year, I'm very proud of them and everybody on the team. And I'll take questions.
Coach, I always admire your signs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking over there, the Aim High philosophy. Are those like subsets of the Aim High philosophy?
They are. You got to have your subsets. It's critical.
Could be fanatical, be physical, be precise. I mean, is this exactly the kind of team that you're looking for?
Yeah, that speaks specifically to our special teams and what Coach Bankins does with what we call our we-fence. You know, you got offense, you got defense. The special teams is the we-fence. That's everybody, and those are the points we make to them. Now, your Aim High philosophy is right over there, pal.
I didn't get that.
Okay? So let's start with you being a great person, saying yes, ma'am, and yes, sir on a
Yes,
regular.
sir.
PMA, positive mental attitude. Do we have that?
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, great student. I assume you were on the Dean's List when you were in
top
college. Okay. And then being a great athlete, you know, winning championships, tradition of excellence, IPD, which you and I will have after this meeting. That'll be your individual player development meeting. We'll have that. So right there's your Aim High.
All right, got it.
You ready?
Those are the serious subsets over there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have another question for you.
Yes, sir.
What, is it kind of like a good perk of the job to be the coach who gets to do the reconnaissance down in the Bahamas?
That probably is one of the greatest perks I've ever been a part of. Yes. The reconnaissance mission was a success, and I got to spend a little time with Wood Seelig on that mission.
Anything else for Coach?
Reconnaissance. Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
All right, thank you all for coming, and to our honored guests, great to have you here. We would like to have you spend a little time with us if you can. And for my media friends, I would love to join you in our private huddle. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.